I want to hear you. Just
I'm
tell me
Jafar.
your name.
I'm Jafar.
Yes, Jaffa, thank you. And who else? Yes, welcome. Who else? Mahmoud, welcome.
Good
Who
morning.
else? Good morning. Taqwa.
تقوى.
Yes,
تقادم.
welcome. Welcome. Who else? We have 9 people now.
Morning.
Morning. Motaba. Motaba? Or who was talking?
نعم دكتورة مرتضى نعم.
Welcome.
مرتضى.
Welcome, Motaba. Who else? We have 10 people now.
Mustafa.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Your names, please?
Mustafa.
Mustafa. Welcome. Annaba.
Morning.
Good morning. Ayat.
نعم.
Yes, welcome.
welcome.
Thank you. So, did you see your homework? Did you try it? Was it difficult? A bit difficult, or was fine for you? You have problem with the soundtrack? You couldn't download it, or some of you sent me messages saying it was difficult to download the soundtrack. Did you hear the soundtrack, or you didn't try it at all? Answer, please. The homework that I sent you. Yes? Did you try it? Some of you answered sent me, submitted the assignment. So let's see who submitted the assignment.
Doctor,
Yeah,
easy.
it was easy. You managed to download the soundtrack and hear it?
Victoria, to be honest, until now I didn't يعني, open it and read it.
Why? I would like
Uh,
to hear from you. Yes?
because
The,
there is more time يعني it is I
you
think
have more time. Okay. So you have more time to try it again when you have, yeah,
it is
yeah,
due
where you may.
today I
Yes.
think due to
Yeah,
today.
very good. Yes, very good. Because I thought your lecture would be on Tuesday, but today I discovered this is on Monday. So I was at the university, at the college, when I look at the schedule and I found out that it is Monday, so I returned immediately. And that's why I put the deadline tomorrow, because I thought your lecture was tomorrow. But anyway, it's okay. You can do it tomorrow. It's fine, but I want to hear your difficulties, if you have any difficulties. Those who submitted it, was it easy? Was it difficult? So next time I take that, your remarks on consideration. So anyone, I want 76 people submitted the Duha. Is Duha here? Is she present? Duha Ahmed, Yasin, Buraq, Naba, Asya, Zina. Who else? So we have good number of students who submitted. Nur Huda, Basma, Mehdi, Abdullah, Muhammad, Asya, Tabarak, Nadine, Ali, Mahmoud, Hussein, Muhammad, Rahim, Sarah, Leit, Ibtihal, Muhammad, Atyaf, Dur, Taiba. So any of these names are present now? Anyway, if you have any difficulty, you can send me a message. It's fine. Who is the representative of your class?
Dr. Ahmed
what's
Saad.
Ahmed Saad? Is he present now?
I don't think so.
Just tell him to contact me just in case. You can tell him if you have any difficulties and he can contact me. Or you can send me an email or a message. It's fine directly. That's fine. Yes. So if you have any difficulties or you think you have a remark you want to tell me about, just send me. Don't hesitate to tell me about it by email or by message or to write on the, Google Classroom. It's fine. Today, I'm not going to answer, to find answers for the assignment because it is an assignment for you to maybe after the Eid, if we take a lecture, then we can, go through it. But for now, we'll go on part, the second assignment. It's about the grammar. So let's deal with the grammar. It's very easy, and I'm sure you are familiar with it. But we have to deal with it, so everything will be clear. So what do you know about tenses? If you have your textbooks, the digital copies, if you have it, if you managed to download it. Did you manage to download the textbook? Intermediate.
Yep.
The headway. Yes, very good. If you can go to page 133. 133. If you don't want to go, you can. I share the screen. You can see it on the screen. So the grammar of Unit 1, we will deal. We'll go by first of all. We'll study Unit 1. So Unit 1 deals with tenses. I would like to hear what is meant by tenses, and I want to hear you talking about tenses. You are familiar with it, I'm sure, and you know all about it. But just to refresh your memory and try to remember it. So, what is meant by tenses? Yes. Yes. Anyone can tell me what is meant
Can you
by?
ask a specific question?
Yeah, tenses. Yes, please.
No, like a specific question. سؤال محدد لأنه هيك تعريف عام ممكن يعني خربط. هي الأزمان اللي نتكلم بها احنا يعني
Yes.
مثلا
What is meant?
الماضي أو الحاضر.
Yes, very good. So, can you speak English, Taqwa?
Yeah, I can.
Yes, please.
We use this to speak, like we use the past tense or present continuous or other
Very
tenses.
good. Very good. So, what is the difference between present continuous, present simple, past simple? What kind of
Depends
action?
on the time.
Very good.
Of
Very
the
good.
action.
Excellent. Very good. Excellent. So what determines the tense, the verb tense, is the time of the action. So if we have it in the past, if the action happened in the past, if we have one action, it is simple past. If we have an action that takes place every day, what kind of tense we have? Verb tense?
Continuous.
And if it takes place every day, it's something like a habit, something like something usually happen. Yes, very good, Taqwa. It's present simple. Continuous when the action started in the past but continues to the present, or it's happening now. So the adverb now is used. That's the continuous. And also we have one action. So we have 3 tenses depending on the time, and we have we have other tenses, but for Unit 1 we have only 3 tenses now. We have the past, the present, and the continuous. and it depends on when the action takes place or took place. If in the past, then it's simple past. In the present, or something that happens every day, usually happens. It's like a like habits sometimes, or usually, or never happens. Also, we use the present tense. The continuous,
عادة بتعرف
yes,
بس
please.
الكتاب ما ظهر قدامنا.
Yes, I will show it to you.
شايفاكي؟
Yes. Now you see it?
يا
You
شايفة.
see? Yeah. So that's the introduction about the three tenses, the simple, present, simple, past, and you can say simple past or past simple is the same, and the continuous. On the same page, we have about auxiliaries. What is meant by auxiliaries? Auxiliaries. And when we use auxiliaries, we need them. Auxiliary verbs. What is meant by auxiliary verbs? Yes. I'm sure you are familiar with them. Yes, if you see on the screen, you will know the answer.
So,
في العربي الأفعال المساعدة، بالإنجليزي
Yes,
ما أعرف.
the auxiliary verbs, helping verbs. Yes. Who was talking before Taqwa? Somebody was talking.
جعفر دكتور.
Yes, Jafar. Yes, Jafar. Please talk. Tell me. What do you know about auxiliary? Yes. In English, please. Yes, please.
As you said, there's a helping. It's
Yes. Very good. Like what? Yes, helping verb.
verb be or have,
Yes.
has, something like
Very,
this.
very good. Do, does, be, verb to be. Verb to be depends on the subject. If it's she, he, it, the verb to be becomes either is or what? Or was. If in the present it is is, in the past was. If we are talking about the subject is plural, we use in the present are, in the past were. So verb to be and do and does depend on the subject. And have also depends on what? On the subject. If we have plural, we use have. If we have, singular, like she, he, it, we use what kind of verb, auxiliary verb we use for the singular? Subject? Has. So we have for plural and has for singular. And we have modal auxiliary verbs. Do you know the modal auxiliary verbs? Modal auxiliary verbs? Like what? Like will, would, might, can, should, might. All these are called modal auxiliary verbs. They are helping verbs. They are not the main verb. Helping verbs, I mean, they come with the main verb. Sometimes you can, use them like have. You can use it as a main verb. But when we have two verbs, have becomes an auxiliary verb. So we have to have two verbs in order to consider them as helping verbs. If they come alone, they become the main verb. So what's meant by modal auxiliary verbs? As I said, yes. I will say أركان, أريج, Anwar, are you there? Ayat, Tabarak, are you there? So you're present, but you are not present. Taqwa, Taqwa, you talk to me, yes. And Jaffa, talk to me. Hamid, we have two Jaffa. Khalid, what's going on? Where are you? Are you there? Am I talking to myself? So, Taqwa, are
So
you there?
Victor.
Yes.
Yeah, here.
Yes. Model auxiliary verbs. Can you give
You
me
said it
examples?
like
Yes, yeah, very
where,
good.
I
When,
guess.
where, and was, and is, and are verb to be. Not model. They are auxiliary verbs. But model auxiliary verbs, if you look at the screen,
Yeah.
you see, yeah, I just put the pointer on the examples. Do you see them?
Yeah, I see.
Yeah.
Must, can, should, and might, and will.
Yes. Yes.
Will and would.
Yes. These are model auxiliary verbs. Yes. They are, I mean, just like verb to be, they are auxiliary, but they are called model.
Okay.
The verbs that follow them must be what? They follow the model auxiliary verbs. Must, can, should. The verbs that follow them must be in what form? Yes.
يحتاج يعني فعل مساعد وراها be with
Not
a يعني
necessarily be, but if we have verb to be after them, I will be there. If we have, if it happens that we have verb to be there, it must be in the infinitive form.
Base form.
هي بدون
infinitive.
إضافات.
Yes, very good. Infinitive form. So always keep in mind that after models or model auxiliary verbs, we have infinitive verbs. But after have and has, what kind of verb we have? Always also keep it in mind. After has and have.
الفعل
We,
الثالث PP.
yes, very good. Past participle of the verb. Very good. Well, we usually have it in the perfect tense. In the perfect tense. Do and does. After do and after does, also we have infinitives. We always have infinitive verb. While after be, not necessarily. If we have a verb after verb to be, we must have ing. It depends on the form of the verb. If we are talking in the passive or the active. Do you know the difference between the active verb and the passive? I mean, voice. The active voice and the passive voice. The normal sentence, if I say, I bought a car. I bought a car. This is a normal affirmative
Active.
sentence. It is active. Why? Because we have a subject, I, the verb bought, and we have an object, the car. So I did bought the car. This is the subject took the action, and this that's why it's in the active voice. If we want to change it into passive voice, what we do?
She bought a car.
The same thing. We have a subject, verb, and object. No change. It's active. The same. If we want to make it into passive,
غير نحولها للماضي bought تصير
it is in the past. It is in the past. I bought it, she bought it, he bought it, the same. It's the same, active. But if I want to change it into passive, I make the object as the subject. So the object is a car. A car becomes the subject. A car, and then I use verb to be. So with a car, we have singular, and I'm talking in the past, so I have to use either was or were. With a car, I use what auxiliary?
was
Was. A car was.
A car was
And then
bought.
was bought. Yes. By me or by her or by him. So in this way, we have an active, a passive voice. So the passive voice when we have the object becoming the subject, and then the use of verb to be, and then the past participle of the verb. That's the passive voice. What is meant by full verbs? Full verbs, normal verbs like play, run, help, think, want, go, eat. All these are full verbs. They are not auxiliary. The auxiliary, as I said, the auxiliary verbs can be used as main verbs. Like do can be used as a main verb. I do that every day, for example. Verb to be, he is a teacher. She is a teacher. So it is a main verb. And have, I have a book, I have a lecture. If I have one, if I use them alone, they become the full verb. Full verb because they represent the main action of in the sentence. So let's go to auxiliary do. Can you give me a sentence using the auxiliary do as a main verb, not as auxiliary? Yes? As a verb, as a full verb, do. Yes,
Can
very
I?
easy. Yes, please.
I do my homeworks every day.
Yes, very good. I do my homework. If the subject she,
We
if the
use those.
subject
Of
she
course,
does,
that does.
yes, yes, Jaffa, very good.
Homework
She
every
does,
day.
yes, very good, Jaffa. She does her homework every day. Yes. Verb to be. If uh, if I want to make a sentence using verb to be as a main verb, as a full verb, not auxiliary. Yes.
You are a teacher. How can I
Yes,
say?
very good. Yes, very good. And you are a student. If I use she, if the
it.
subject she is a teacher. He is a teacher. Yes. They,
Are.
they are teachers. Yes. I, I
Am.
am, I'm a teacher. Yes, very good. Yes. With have, if I want to use have as a main verb in a sentence.
I have many books.
I have many books. Very good. She, if the subject
She has.
she has. Very good. Yes, very good. Excellent. But she has many books. If I want to make a question,
Has she?
very good.
Or sorry,
Yes,
doctor.
yes.
Uh, I can't say has she. I think I should say does she have?
Does she have? Yes. Does she have many books? Very good. If we have, if we are using have, like uh, I have. If I want to make a question,
Do
or
I
you
have?
have.
Do
Do I
you have?
have? Yes. Do you have? Do I have? Yes. Very good. Yes. In fact, there are two ways of asking, either by using does or do, or by using have got. Have you got a flat, for example? She 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 has a she's she's got a job. If I want to ask about it, have she got a job? If we want to negate the sentence, if we want to use negation, you know what is meant by negation? Yes.
نفي يعني.
Yes, Nafi. Yes.
هو نضيف not يعني haven't or hasn't.
Yes. If the sentence she has got a car. If I want to make a negation.
She hasn't got a car?
Yes.
Or...
She hasn't got a car. Yes. And if we want to make a question.
Has she got a car?
Yes. And never, yes, very good. But never forget, what do we put at the end of the question?
Question mark.
Yes. Never to forget that. In writing, of course. In writing. Yes. If you see the screen, we have 1.3 auxiliary verbs and tenses. I want you to read it. مؤمل, can you read it? مؤمل, are you there? Zahra?
No. Yes.
Can you? Yes, please. Can you read?
أي جمل بالضبط دكتورة؟
1.3 auxiliary verbs and tenses.
دكتورة يمكن ما طالعة بالسكرين.
Can you see it now?
Yeah.
Yes, please.
من أنا? He's washing?
No.
He's washing his hair? No.
B 1.3. B
and the continuous forms.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Be plus verb plus ing is used to make continuous verb forms which describe activities in progress and temporary activities. He's washing his hair is present continuous. They were going to work, past continuous. I've been learning English for 2 years, present perfect continuous. I'd like to be lying on the beach right now. Continuous infinitive.
Very good. Can you explain?
Yeah.
What is? Yes, please.
In Arabic?
No, in English, please.
Oh, okay. It's grammar for a continuous tense, present or past. It is the addition of a verb to be to the main verb of the sentence.
Very good.
So we add the ing at the end of the main verb. For example, in present tense, we use is, are,
very good. Yes. With the past,
we use is. We use was.
Where and was.
Where,
yes. And was. Yes. With
perfect. هي يعني
have or has.
subject و have and has and verb to be to make the main verb been.
Very good. Yes, very
يعني
good. After
instead
have,
of is or are or am.
Yes, very good. Very good. Excellent. Yes. Very good. Excellent, Zahra. Zahra, what is your name? Your full name? I want
Zahra
to.
Ali Darwish.
Zahra Ali.
Darwish. نعم.
Ali Darwish. So that I want to know your names and those who take part in the lecture. Very good. Thank you, Zahra. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
So about the passive, who can read? Number 2. Can you see it? Number 2. Who
Sorry,
wants
you
to
can.
read? Yes, Jafar. Jafar, what is your father's name?
Jafar Abdul Wahid.
Abdul Wahid. Yes, thank you, Jafar. Yes, read, please, Jafar.
Be and passive voice.
Yes,
Be plus past participle is used
yes,
to form the passive.
yes,
Example: the paper is made from wood.
yes,
Present simple passive.
yes,
And my car was stolen yesterday.
yes.
And that's about the past simple passive.
Very good.
The house has been redecorated.
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 Redecorate. Yes.
Um, what's the meaning of redecorated? It's rebuilding.
Decorated, redecorated. It's a kind of refurbishment, like doing some work on the house
Oh,
to rebuild it, redesign it, something like that. To decorate it.
yeah.
Yes, yes. And
This
continue. Yes,
this homework needs to be done tonight.
yes,
And there is an introduction to the passive. This is a continuous.
yes. Thank you. Thank you very much. Can you explain, Jaffa?
Yes.
Thank you.
Passive, we use it to I explain the examples or what?
What did you understand? What did you understand?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
When you read it, what did you get out of it? So
Hmm.
how can we have a passive in the past, in the present, in the
The
perfect
form.
tense? Yes,
You mean the form of the?
yes. It depends on what. Depends on what auxiliary.
Yes. Um, if we want to say something, I think it is not about something. It's about the subject. Firstly, to uh, describe it. If it is, if we want to say something in the present simple, we use the verb to be in the present.
Yes, very good. So it depends on the auxiliary to be. Verb to
Yes,
be. The
verb to be.
form, yes, it depends on it. The the tense or the present, past, it depends on verb to be. But with perfect, it depends on what? With perfect tense, depends on. We cannot use. We use verb to be, but after what? After what auxiliary, Jaffer? In the perfect form.
Perfect after has or
Yes,
have.
very good. Have or has. While in the simple or the past simple form, it depends on the verb to be, whether it's in the past or the present.
Yes.
Yes, very good. So, as I told you, the passive does not, the action is not played by the subject, but by the object in the active. If we see the first sentence, the first example, paper is made from wood. So we have it's in the simple form. Why? Because we have the verb to be is. Why is? Because paper is uncountable noun. Do you know the meaning of uncountable? Like water, uncountable. We cannot say waters. Sometimes we say waters, but when we mean, when we talk about oceans, different seas, we say waters. But if we talk about water in general, it's uncountable. So we consider it as a singular. We use is, not are. So uncountable nouns. So paper is uncountable. We use is. My car was stolen yesterday. My car was stolen. Why was? Because we are using was, the tense has changed. It is in the past because was, not is. And then stolen, stolen is the past participle of the verb. What verb? Stolen, what verb? Steal, to steal. The past participle stolen, and the past he stole, she stole. So steal, stole, stolen. If we change the sentence, my car was stolen yesterday, into active voice, can you can you change it into active?
The thief my house. Steals my house. My
My
car,
car.
sorry. Yeah.
Who stole the car? The
Thief
thief.
or
Yes, the
I
thief.
shouldn't.
Yes, yes, very good. The thief stole my car. Very good. So it's in the past, and so when we change it into passive, we make the car, which was the object, into the subject, and we added verb to be in the past. So the car, my car was, and then we changed stole into past participle, and we have the my car was stolen. You can add by the thief. You can add the object, which the subject of the active sentence. You can add it. My car was stolen by the thief yesterday. Very good, Zahra. Very good. And then the house has been redecorated in the present perfect passive. Uh, so can you change it into the active? The house has been redecorated. Can you change it into the active? You can choose any subject. Any subject. I, she, he.
I
Yes.
redecorate my house or the house.
It is in the perfect. I have.
يعني نحولها
I
من
have.
البيرفكت نرجعها.
I
I
have
have
read the house.
redecorated my the house.
The house.
The house,
So
not my.
yes, it's fine. So if we change it into the passive, we say the house has. We add been, verb to be, in the past participle form. So we just add verb to be after has. The house has been redecorated, or I have redecorated the house. So now, if we change it to passive, it's the house has been redecorated. We can add by me, by her. Depends on the subject in the active sentence. That's in the present. If it's in the past, I
had
had, I had, yes,
redecorated
I had
the house.
redecorated the house. In the past, the house, instead of has, it becomes had been
Had been redecorated.
redecorated. So we have it in the past. Okay. Do you have any questions so far? Do you have any questions? Everything is clear. You are familiar with these tenses and you know them, you use them regularly. So just kind of trying to remind you of them. Who wants to read the third paragraph?
Sorry, دكتورة.
Yes, yes.
الجملة الأخيرة this homework needs to be done tonight. إذا أريد
Yes.
أرجعها للأكتف شلون؟
Can anyone
يعني
answer
يعني
Zahra?
يصير أقول مثلا I do my homework. tonight.
I
I will do
the,
مثلا.
the homework needs to be done. I need to do my homework. Yes.
Mhm. Okay,
So
thank you.
my homework becomes the object. When I change it, the object becomes the subject.
Thank you.
So yes, thank you. Thank you, Zaha. Very good.
You're
Yes. Who wanted to read the paragraph number 3? Mahmoud, yes. Mahmoud, what's your father's name? Hussein. Yes, very good. Yes, Mahmoud, please. Yes, yes, very good. Very good. Yes, very good. Can you explain, Mahmoud? Especially if you focus on the last two sentences. Yes. No, the last two lines of the paragraph. Yes. So we either have present or past perfect. We can have continuous as well, perfect continuous. But what is meant by perfect means an action has been completed. That's meant by completed action, completed before. That's meant by the perfect tense. But the present means completed just before now. And the past perfect, yes. Normally we have two actions. We have an action that has been completed, while another action either started or in the past. So we have normally, sometimes one action, but normally we have two actions in the past. Perfect. So it also depends on the time. So completed before a time in the past. That's the past perfect. Can you give me an example of present perfect? Yes, Mahmoud? Yes. I have worked, yes, I have worked in many countries. Very good. Yes. What about the past perfect? You can use the sentences in the paragraph. Yes. Yes. When I passed by, for example, since I was born, for example. So you have two action, one in the perfect tense and one in the present simple. Sorry, in the past simple. If you go to sentence number 2 in the paragraph, she was crying because she had had some bad news. So she had had some bad news in the past. That's why she was crying. So we have two actions. The one in the perfect tense happened before the one in the continuous. So we have two actions. Normally we have it in the present simple, but in this sentence we have it in the continuous, in the past continuous, the second action. So it's a kind of reaction to something that had happened. So she reacted by crying. Okay. Is it clear? Yeah, clear? Yes. Thank you, Mahmoud. Thank you very much. Number 1.4. Who wants to read this paragraph? Auxiliary verbs and negatives.
دكتور
No.
أقرأها.
Yes, please. Noha, what's your father's name?
مهدي.
Noha Mehdi. Thank you very much, Noha. Yes, please.
Auxiliary verbs add negatives. To make negative, add not to the auxiliary verbs.
Very
If there
good.
is no auxiliary verb, use don't, doesn't, didn't.
Very good.
And now we have some example, positive, and then we change it to negative.
Very good.
He's working, he isn't working. I was thinking, I wasn't thinking. We have seen the play, we haven't seen the play. She works in the bank, she doesn't work in the bank. She likes skiing, she
Skiing. Yes,
doesn't like
skiing.
skiing.
Yes, very
Skiing,
good.
she doesn't like skiing. He went on holiday, he didn't go on holiday.
Very good. Very good. So, can you explain what is meant by
Yes,
auxiliary? Yes, Noha, please.
yes. If you want to change the sentence from positive to negative,
Yes.
we add not to the auxiliary verb. And if
Very
we
good.
don't have auxiliary verb in this sentence, we add don't, doesn't, or didn't.
Very good. Yes.
According to the he, she, or I.
Yes, the subject. Yes.
The subject. Yes.
The pronoun or the subject. Yes, we have, and the subject. Very good, Noha. Excellent. So, can you give me an example of using not with an auxiliary? And give me a positive sentence and then negate it.
Yes.
You can use the same examples if you want. Yes.
I went to the university. I didn't go to the university.
Yes, in this way, because we don't have an auxiliary,
Yes.
we use what?
We add didn't because it's the past tense.
In the past, very good. And we changed after didn't. We changed the verb from when
to the
infinitive.
To the base form.
Yes. And the infinitive. We call it infinitive or base. The same.
Yes.
Meaning. Yes. Excellent. And if we have an auxiliary, give me an example of a sentence.
Yes.
In the positive, affirmative or positive form, and then negate it. With auxiliary.
She is playing.
Yes, very good.
She isn't playing.
Very good. Excellent. So, yes, that's very simple. Yes. Thank you, Nuha. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah. Who wants to read the next paragraph?
Dictora, I can.
Noah, yes. Noah, what's your father's name, please?
Noor Amr.
Noor Amr. Thank you. Noah, read, please.
1.5. Auxiliary verbs are the questions.
No. The same 1.4, but the second paragraph. Yes,
تكملة.
Yes, please.
It is possible to contract the auxiliaries be and have and use the uncontracted not. He is not playing today. Equal he isn't playing today.
Yes.
We are not going to Italy after all. Equal we aren't going to Italy. Yes. I have not read that book yet. I haven't read that book yet. But I am not working, not equal I amn't working.
Yes, very good. So what is it about? What is meant by contract? Contract and contracted not.
يعني مثل إنه فعل مشابه إلى أو جملة قريبة نفس الفعل.
If you see just look at the shape. Just look at the shape of the auxiliary. What is meant by? If you see the same, the first, yes, please, no? Yes.
بس الشير سكرين راح من عندي.
If we say contract and uncontracted not. If you see the first sentence, he is not playing today. It equals he isn't playing today. So in the first form, we use not. N-O-T, not. But in the second, it's the same as we say isn't. Is not and isn't. So
صار
what we are doing,
negative للauxiliary verb.
yes, but we are talking about how we write it. So contracted not, meaning when we use it not as N-O-T, but sometimes we use the shortened form and we put apostrophe to show that a letter is missing, like the O is missing. You see, the shortened form of isn't. So contracted and contracted, meaning when it is written without, omitting the O, or in a shortened way when we want to omit the O to make it a shortened form, or when use it fully. That's what is meant by the
هو
example.
دكتورة يعني نقدر نسويها مختصرة ما عدا الآم ما نقدر نسوي short and not.
When
يعني باقي auxiliary verbs
with the negation, with I'm not, we cannot say ament. That's the only way we cannot make a shortened form of it. But all the others we can. But just to tell you, when you write the academic paper, always use it uncontracted. Use the not as a full the three letters. Don't write the shortened form. It's usually yes when you are use it in informal way, when you're writing in an informal letter, when you are talking and in social media, but not in academia. In academia, when you write an academic paper, try to use it in uncontracted form. Uncontracted not.
Okay, Doctor.
So it's clear now?
Yep, thank you.
Thank you, Noor. Thank you very much. Who wants to read 1.5, the first paragraph? Any volunteers? It's very easy and you are very smart, all of you. So it's very easy for you. So you don't have to be embarrassed because you're clever. Yes. I will choose.
Zahra?
Yes? Who's talking? Zahra?
Zahra. No.
Okay, Zahra, yes, please.
Okay.
Zahra Ali, yes.
Auxiliary verbs and the question. To make a question, invert the subject and the auxiliary verb. If there is no auxiliary verb, use do or does or did.
Yes.
For example, she is wearing jeans. Or we say in a question, what is wearing? What is she wearing?
Very good.
We use or يعني حنقدم الإز على subject.
Invert the subject.
Yeah.
Very good.
You were born in Paris. Where were you born?
Very good.
Peter been to China. Has Peter been to China?
Very good.
In the last three examples, we haven't is or as or are or am.
Don't have auxiliaries. Yes.
Do or does or did.
Yes. Very good.
I know you because we have I. So we use do I know you. He wants ice cream. It is in a present simple. So we say what does he want because we have he as subject. They didn't go out. We use did يعني مجرد إنه نسوي لها إنه هي invert did على subject. Why didn't they go out?
Very good. Excellent. So you just explain it immediately. You are very smart, Zahra.
Yeah.
Thank you. Excellent. So just like Zahra said, if we have auxiliary and we want to make a question, when we use what, where, why, you know, these question words, what do we call them? What, where, why? We call them WH questions.
WH question.
Yes, very good. So when we use them, we change, invert the subject. When we have an auxiliary, we invert the subject and the auxiliary verb. We just put the auxiliary before the subject, and then we use the verb and question mark. But if we don't have an auxiliary, we have to use do or does or did. It depends on the subject and the tense. If it's in the past, we use did. If it's in the present, we use do or does, depending on the subject. And we do the same. We just put the auxiliary before the subject. Yes, excellent. Excellent, Zahra. Thank you. Number 2. Who wants to read? I will try to see, to encourage them. They are, yeah, I mean, they are all smart, really. So I want to encourage you. Let's see. Fatma Tahsin, are you there? Duha? Sarah? Zaid? Oba? Tuqa? Tuqa, yeah, Tuqa, yes.
Yes.
Tuqa, I want to write your name because I didn't write your name. Yes.
Taqwa Abdullah
Yes.
Muhammad.
Yes, very good. Tuqa. Yes, please read the section 2.
Which one? 1.5?
1.5, section 2.
Okay. There is usually no, do, /does, /did in subject questions.
Yes.
For examples, who wants ice cream?
Yes.
What flavor ice cream do you want?
Yes.
Second, what happened to your eye? What did you do to your eye? Or
Yes.
who broke the window? How did you break the window?
Yes. Very good. What do you understand from it? So when we use the
When we use the
ask
subject question, we do not use those words like do,
Very
does,
good.
and did.
Oh, your accent is excellent. It's
Thank
like
you.
a British accent.
Thank you.
Yes, very good. So when we ask about the subject, using what WH question?
We use the WH question and we do not use the do, does, and did.
When we ask about the subject, what
Yes.
what WH question we use?
The who and what?
Just who. Who. Only who.
But the
When we
second
want
one is
in
using
the
what?
second one, yes, to show that when we use what, we have to use auxiliary. But
Oh, okay.
when we use who, we don't use auxiliary.
Okay.
Yes. So that's the example. We have 2 examples. One with using who, and the other
And the other with what?
yes, with what?
Plus auxiliary.
Yes. So we use auxiliary. Okay. Do you have any questions? Thank you, Taqa. Very good. Very
You're
good.
welcome. Thank you.
The last one. So good. We finished the whole page. The last one. Who wants to read? I will pick Mahmoud. Yes, Mahmoud Hussein. Yes, Mahmoud. Please read. Very good. Yes. Yes. Mm. Yes. Very good. So can you explain it? Yes. Short answer. Yes. what's the problem if I say yes or no? And I stopped, didn't say anything. It, yes. So, yes, what kind of answer is considered as rude? You know what's meant by rude? Rude means impolite, something rude, yeah, something impolite, something you say when you are angry. You say when you are try to hurt the other person. You are not treating the other person who is asking in a polite way. So that's what's meant by rude. يعني in a coarse way, خشن يعني طريقة خشنة للجواب. Yes, no. But to say yes, I am. It's more polite way of answering it. So convenient. Yes, conveniently. Yes, very good. Very good, Mahmoud. Mahmoud or Mahmoud is talking? Yes. Very good. Yes, very good, Mahmoud. Thank you. So you are very good, excellent students. And I want you to go to your homework and try to remember these rules and try to answer the questions. They are very simple. And I might give you more exercises. And do you want to continue or you feel tired? We can. You're tired? Okay. That's fine. Don't worry. I will let you go. Okay. So next time we will take more examples with more exercises from Unit 1. And I will give you extra homework to do. And if you have any, anything to say, any difficulties, just don't hesitate to write to me. And thank you very much. I'm really pleased with you. You are very smart, very good
شكرا
student.
دكتورة.
Thank you. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
See, and happy Eid. Wish you all the best in Eid.
Thank you.
Thank you. Happy Eid. Take care. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye. Have a
Goodbye.
nice holiday. Bye-bye.
What about the attendance form?
Because I have, I should have, yeah, I have your names now. I have.
Okay.
So don't worry about it. Thank you. Bye-bye.
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye bye.